ordinary speaker, Professor Yung, and so it's important to share information related to the role of dental biomaterial. We hope this symposium activity will achieve its expected goal, namely to provide a forum for discussion for academic and practitioner on issues related to dental biomaterial science and technology, with a focus to global perspective based on the latest theory. Supported by results as well as program review that have been carried out, so that I will produce important policy note in Dentistry. Ladies and gentlemen, through this symposium, Hasanuddin University support the effort of the Faculty of Dentistry to continue to develop cooperation and research that are beneficially nationally and globally. To the speaker, Professor Yung, I would like to extend my greatest appreciation and gratitude for allocation your valuable time for this symposium, and to Dean of Faculty of Dentistry and Committee, I would like to express my gratitude for your organizing this symposium. And by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I'm officially open the virtual International Symposium Series 7. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, Prof, for the very encouraging speech.
Yeah.
It gives us like a spirit to continue this symposium for our knowledge engagement with expert from the outside world. Thank you so much, Prof. And we then jump to our main event today, which is a presentation from Prof. Shen. Today, he will be accompanied by Dr. Maria Tanumihardja, Dr. Maria Tanumihardja, who is a senior lecturer in conservative department. He has a lot of research, interesting research as well, and publication that unfortunately I couldn't read because it's too long. So, and he is very interested in a new advanced technology material. So it is why we asked her to accompany Prof. Shen today. Dr. Maria, I'll give the lights to you now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Annie, for your introduction. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. This is a strong effort in pandemic area that dental faculty can provide virtual symposium, seminar, and now we come to the series 7. It's just that give a great applause to the dental faculty, Hasanuddin University. So before starting Professor Yung-Kang presentation, let me provide you with his CV. He has lots of achievement in his academic work. Professor Yung-Kang received his Ph.D. degree from National Taiwan University, Taipei. He has been a professor of the School of Dental Technology at Taipei Medical University and chairman also at the School of Dental Technology of Taipei Medical University. He's also the director of biomedical nano-microforming lab at Taipei Medical University, also the researcher of nano-tissue engineering and image research center. There are lots of his achievements, just some that I can address here. For the award he has achieved in his life is the Best Paper Award for the 3rd International Forum on Systems and Mechatronics in Singapore, and also awarded as the first prize in Poster Presentation Award for the 2nd Research Week International Symposium, and also the Most Cited Article Award in 2012 to 13 for International Journal of Precision Engineering and Manufacturing. Professor Yung-Kang currently serves as the editorial board for Biology, Engineering, and Medicine, Journal of Precision Medicine, Public Health, and now he currently serves as the special issue editorial at the application of the biocomposite materials on bone reconstruction on applied science. The latest publication is about the scaffold of biodegradable materials, and the results showed potency of using the polycaprolactone graphene as the scaffold for the tissue engineering. So now we come to the professor presentation. The time is yours. It's about the nano-topology and nanostructures. What else? Of osteoblast-like cells, nano tissue engineering. The time is yours, please, to Prof. Yung-Kang.
Thank you, everyone. Does anyone hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Maybe you can join. You can. Thank you, Professor Moon and Professor Moderator. I also thank the moderator, Dr. Maria, introduced by myself. And I am so happy to introduce my research on here. So I think I am so happy in the last year, February, go to the Hasanuddin University, my first time to Indonesia. So today I will talk about the nano-topology influence of nanostructure or biomedical thinking on the behavior of osteoblast cell. I'm Professor Yung-Kang Shen, come from the School of Dental Technology, College of Oral Medicine, Taipei Medical University. Let me introduce TMU, Taipei Medical University. Firstly, we know there are two famous rankings in the four university. In 2021 QS World University Ranking, TMU wins the 379, and the 2021 the THE World University Ranking, TMU wins the 303. Especially in Taiwan, 2021 QS Taiwan University Ranking, TMU is the number 8. In 2021, THE Taiwan University Ranking, TMU wins the number 2. You can see in the right side picture is the TMU campus from the 101 building. By myself to take a picture on 101 building. I like to invite everyone in Hasanuddin University or in the other university can join the TMU from this year until to future. There are 4 hospitals in TMU. Please let me introduce. The first is the Taipei Medical University Hospital, just nearby in our university. The second one is Wanfang Hospital, also located on Taipei City. The third one is the Shuanghe Hospital, located in New Taipei City, Taiwan. Especially, we have the university, we have the hospital in the main China, Ningbo Medical Center, Lihuili East Hospital, located in Ningbo City in main China. Let me talk about my research on here. Today, I will talk about the abstract, motivation, introduction, experiment approach, result and discussion. Finally, I will take a conclusion and future work and show the reference for my research. The first, I will talk about the abstract. This study fabricated the nano-pillar thin film, PLA and the PC, that all the biopolymer material, and use the AAO as the template. AAO means is the aluminium oxide. I made 2 different size AAO. One is 100 nanometer. The other is 200 nanometer for each pore. And finally, I use the nano imprinting process, imprint the AAO template on the polymer thin film to make a nano pillar, and discussing the surface properties. And after I get a nano pillar for the thin film, I will do the cell culture to observe the behavior of osteoblast cell. Is the Md.Sc culture on the nanostructure thin film, that as the AAO. There are so many holes. PLA has the nano pillar, PC has the nano pillar. This study has shown the cell adhesion and the spreading can be influenced by surface topology feature with the nanometer label. For motivation for this research, because what is cell topology? We know there are so many things influence the cell behavior. The first thing may be the material, biomaterial. There are so many research use the bioceramic, like as AAO, biopolymer, like as PLA, PC, or PGA, PCL, or maybe use the biometal, like as the titanium, maybe biocomposite. And maybe when we get a biomaterial, we will make some scale in their surface. The scale size, there are so many scale size, like as the micrometer, nanometer, micro nanometer. And there are so many surface features on the surface, like as the pillar, hole, groove, sphere, roughness surface. Because we want to make the surface feature, there are so many processing methods in the full world: nano imprint, MEMS, laser beam, PVD, CVD, chemical engine. And there are so many, if we can get a surface feature, the application field, I can show you the someone, maybe the artificial organ, like as the bone graft. And in this research, we use the cell type is the osteoblast cell Md.63. And now I will talk about introduction. There are so many nanostructure thin film for the research. So I take the technology role mapping of the nanostructure thin film. I distinguish three fields. The first is nano imprint. The second is biomedicine. The third is the others. For the nano imprint, in 2006, Professor Yung-Kang Shen is me do the imprinting process on the nano to make the nano structure in the plastic. So I get the imprinting temperature is the most important factor on replication. In 2007, Professor Shen imposed on the AAO by identification method to prepare the nano micro size hybrid structure. In 2008, Professor Kong used the NIL nano imprinting lithography with E-beam made a highly regular structure. In 2009, Samsung Electronics from the South Korea company to the method of using nano imprinting to form the fine feature scan. For the biomedicine, in 2004 to 2006, Masuda used the AAO to the DNA test. In 2008, Professor Lee used the thin film is made by the vacuum method and the cell are cultured. And in 2009, Professor Karoda to observe the cell culture line in the different microstructure. For the others research, Professor Papet do the bone tissue engineering. Professor Zhu in 2008 do the elimination jingle breast adhesion structure. In 2009, Professor Masuda do the optical anti-reflect film, and Professor Yu use the other things. And I will show you the lecturer review of nanostructure thin film. Professor Miller, Professor Wang, and Professor Kong. Professor Miller do the so many methods for the different structure. They use the their processing method is use the NaOH to engine into the surface of PLGA to get a nanostructure. The advantage for this processing method is that this is a simple process, and the VSMC has more cell on the surface of nano metallization. And their distinguish is chemical scrub and the NaOH and the chloroform may be made a residue component on the scaffold. The second one is Professor Wang in 2008. They use the processing method is to do nanostructure of PLGA prepared by bacterial method. And the advantage for their method is a simple process. A surface with a large surface roughness help the propagation of BEC cell. Their research distinguish is the structure is irregular surface. Professor Kang in 2010, their processing method use the foam and on the silicone tablet with the nanostructure by casting method. Their method advantage is nanometer microstructure are all factor and affect the pellet adhesion and the activity. Their method distinguish is the chemical solvent and that as the chloroform and may have residue component on the scaffold, and their processing time takes 4 days is too long. Now I will talk about the experimental approach on this research. The first, how we can do the nanopeter and to do the cell culture. The first, we can buy the alumina tablet from the company. The first, our alumina component, the purity is about 99.99%. The first things, we use the electropolish to polish the surface of the alumina tablet. So we can get a very smooth alumina tablet on here. Then we do the second, the first iteration on the alumina tablet, we can get an irregular nanostructure on alumina tablet. And we use the liquid to do the engine, AC engine to engine the nanostructure on here. And you can see we can do the engine to get a very short nanostructure on here. And we do the analyzation again. So we can create a second analyzation to get a very good and very regulable nanostructure on here. And now we can get this nano we can get this the tablet. We can call it the AAO, alumina oxide, annoyed alumina oxide. So we can get so many nanostructure on here. Now we use this tablet as the imprint master. You see, we can use the SEM to see the nano hole in their surface. This is a 109 nanometer. This is a 200 nanometer. And we use this as the imprint to imprint the nano hole on the polymer thin film. There are two types of polymer thin film used on here, PC and the PLA, or the biopolymers. So you can see we do the nano imprinting method, like as the traditional Chinese use the stamp adhesion on the paper to show the name. But in here, we use the nano imprinting, imprint the nanostructure on the surface of the polymer thin film to get the nanopeter on here. And for the demolding, we use the PTFE on the surface of the nanostructure. We can easy to demolding. And primarily, this is the polymer thin film. Now we can get a nanopeter on its surface. And we can get on the nanostructure on here. You can see there's so many nanopeter. For PLA, 100, the diameter is 100 nanometer, 200 meter. For PC, this diameter is 100 nanometer, 200 nanometer. Finally, we use this nanopeter thin film to do the cell culture and to find how much size the nanopeter or how much influence the cell behavior on here. We use the MG63 as our cell culture. Their cell setting is the 1 multiplier 10⁴ degree cells per microliter. Finally, we use the MTT assay and the SEM to see the cell behavior. Also, this is our result. Maybe I will talk about in the later. So the first, I will talk about the AAO tablet, annoyed alumina oxide tablet. So how to do the AAO tablet? In first, we must use the so many so many equipment on here. This is the heat treatment. In here, we will use the 500 degrees C and do the heat treatment for hours to manufacturing the AL tablet. And the electrochemical publishing, we use the C2H5OH and the HCl4 at the 1:5 ratio in 10 voltage. Use the processing time 5 minutes. And also you can see this is the adaptation cage. So the first adaptation we use the when we want to make the 100 nano hole, we use the 0.3 more philosophy AC. The electrical voltage is 40 voltage, 20 degree and 20 degrees C and 4 hours. If I want to make a 200 nano hole, I must use the 0.3 more philosophy AC and the 60 voltage at 20 degrees C and 4 hours. For the chemical engine, we use the 6 volume percentage process and 1.5 weighting percentage chromic acid for 17 degrees C and 1 hour. And the second iteration, I think the second iteration, the same method for the first iteration, just the iteration time must waste 3 hours. And I will show the experimental method for nano imprint. The first, you can see, because in the pressures, I will show you, because we must have the polymer thin film to do to make a nanostructure on its surface. The first, we must make the polymer thin film. So in here, we use the mold to make the polymer thin film. To make this polymer thin film, we use the injection molding and manufacturing the mold to produce the polymer thin film. This is the mold flow simulation for the injection molding. We use the melt temperature 200 degrees C, mold temperature 30 degrees C, injection pressure 100 micropar, 110 micropar, and the packing time for 0.2 seconds. You can see we can get a very good circle polymer thin film on here. This is the processing overview for the injection molding. Because this belongs to the mechanical engineering, so I pass very quickly. And in our lab, we use the injection molding machine from the Germany, the PLA from Japan, PC from the USA, and the Condemigo from the France, and the nano imprinting machine from the Sweden. And we made a mold to get the polymer thin film. This mold also manufactured by Taiwan. And for cell culture, the first we use the MTT assay to see the cell numbers. A main application allowed to assess the variable and the preparation of cells. Time point, we watch the cell for 4 hours, 1 day, 4 days, and 7 days. And in MTT, in PBS, we use the 5 microgram per microliter, added to the DMSO after 4 hours. Use the 96 well plate for ELISA radar. This is the ELISA radar to observe the cell numbers. The wavelengths between 507 nanometer to 600 nanometer. Now I will talk about the result and the discussion. Because we do so many things on here, let me try again. We made the AAO as the tablet to imprint the polymer thin film to make a nano pillar on its surface. So we have the 3 type nanostructure. The first is AAO about the nano hole. The second is PC thin film, has the nano pillar, has 2 different size, 100 nanometer and 200 nanometer. The third is the PLA thin film, has the nanostructure on its surface. Also, there are 2 sizes. The first is diameter 100 meter. The second one is 200 meter. So the first, I will talk about the surface properties of nano pillar thin film. You can see we use the imprinting process to imprint the nano pillar on here. So we use the imprinting temperature on here. For PLA is the in here, PC in here. So the processing is very different. So this is belong to the mechanical engineering. Way to produce the nanometer on the PC thin film and the PLA thin film. So maybe sometime imprint temperature to control the machine temperature, imprinting temperature to control the pressure, imprinting time to control how many time imprint on the surface. Demolding temperature is when imprint the AL on the polymer thin film, and maybe the temperature will cool down to polymer glass transition temperature, and can do the demolding. So the demolding temperature is shown on here. Because there are 4 parameters and 3 labels in our research, we use the Takuji method to get the optimal processing on here. And you can see this is the Takuji method. We use the line method on here. And now I will show the image of nanostructural thin film. The first, this is the AAO annoyed aluminum oxide. The first, we can get a nano hole for 100 micrometer. This is the top view. This is the side view. We also, the second one, we can get the 200 nanometer. This is the top view. This is the side view. We use these 2 types as the tablet to imprint on the polymer thin film to make the nanometer on the polymer thin film surface. So in this slide, you can see what we see the PLA nanostructure on its surface. In here is the diameter is 100 nanometer. In here, the diameter is 200 nanometer. You can see this is the nanometer as the column on its surface. And this is the PC nanostructure. The left side is diameter 100 nanometer. The right side is the 200 nanometer. You can see we can make a wear nanostructure like as the column on its surface. Now, because in the surface properties, there are a Kesa-Buster equation. This equation meaning for the surface properties like as hydrophilic or hydrophobic. Someone, Professor Yung, in 2010, they make some theory on here. If this the 4 column nanometer on here, this is A, this is D. So the contact angle is the theta C. They get some formula come here. Cosine theta phi is equal to this formula. So this is the theory. We use the nanometer, use the contact angle meter to measure the contact angle. That is the experiment. We also use the Professor Yung in 2010 published research paper for the theory to comparison the theory and the experiment result. Sorry. So the first, I will talk about the PLA thin film for diameter is 100 nanometer. You can see the before if I use the contact angle meter to drop the liquid on the just pure PLA thin film, no nanostructure, the original, the contact angle is the 80.7 degree. For do the nano imprint, to make the PLA thin film has the nanometer on its surface, the contact angle become to the change to the 129.1. So before the nano imprint, the PLA is belong to the hydrophilic, and after the nano imprint, we can get a hydrophobic properties on here. This is the L9 label for the different contact angles. Also for the PLA thin film for diameter is 100 nanometer. This is the optical processing on here. A is meaning imprinting temperature, B is imprinting pressure, C is imprinting time, D is demolding temperature. In here, we can get the temperature is the most, imprinting temperature is the most important factor on here, because this use the Takuji table on here. So if you want to make a nanometer by nano imprinting process, you must control the nano imprint firstly. Now, so you can get a very good nanometer in the polymer thin film on here. This is the PLO thin film for diameter is 200 nanometer. Also, before nano imprint, pure PLA thin film, the contact angle is 80.7 degree. After imprint, nano imprint, PLO thin film with the nanostructure on its surface, we can get a contact angle is the 126.5 degree. So change the surface properties on here. Also in here, we can see this is the Takeuchi method for the optimal processing. Also in here, you can see the A1, A2, A3 has the bigger difference. So in here, the imprinting temperature also the most important factor in nano imprint. And this is for the comparison, the theory and the experiment. Cosine theta C E is for theta M is the experiment. Cosine theta CE is the theory. Does anyone hear me?
Loud and clear, Prof. Crystal clear.
Professor Maria, can hear my voice?
Yes, we can, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, in my computer there's some difference. Also, this slider is a PC thin film. Before nano imprint, just the pure thin film, the contact angle is 82.1 degree. After nano imprint, to make a nanostructure on its surface, PC thin film with nanostructure, change the contact angle to 128.5 degree. So in here, we can also do the optimal processing in the rank. You can see, but it has a different, the demolding temperature in here is the most important processing on here. So if you want to do the PC thin film with the nanostructure and the PLO thin film nanostructure, you must use the different processing condition. So this is for the PC thin film for diameter 200 nanometer. Before a nano imprint, the PC thin film has the contact angle 82.1 degree. After nano imprint, made a nanostructure on its surface, the contact angle changed to the 115.5 degree. This is also the nano imprinting process. You can see in here, in the number one is the demolding temperature is the most important factor on here. So we can make a smooth conclusion. If you want to make a PLA thin film with the nanostructure, imprinting temperature is the number one. If you do the PC thin film with the nanostructure, demolding temperature is the number one factor on here. So this is also for the experiment and the theory. Theta M is the experiment. Theta CE is for the theory. In our experiment, we can get the PC nanometer, 100 nanometer, 200 nanometer on here. You can see this is an experiment. This is a theory. So you can see the theory and the experiment contact angle is very close. So we can double check. We do the experiment and use the other professor published research result. We can get a very similar contact angle on here. So sometimes if I do the experiment, I also afraid my experiment result is good or false. We can use the theory to double check this result. Now I will show you the AFM image of nanostructure of thin film. The image is the surface roughness. You can see alumina is the AAO roughness is 7.19 nanometer. Flat PLA surface roughness is 5.08 nanometer. Flat PC the surface roughness is 2.34 nanometer. After you get the AAO is the nano hole, you can see the surface roughness increase. And for the diameter larger, the surface roughness also larger. You can see PLA 100 nanometer and the PLA 200 meter. For the flat PLA, the surface roughness will increase. Also the same result for the PC. So in here, we can get some conclusion. For the AAO or for the PLA, for the PC, if we made a nanostructure maybe the nano hole and nano pillar on its surface, their surface roughness will increase. So you can see the MD60 degree maybe like the roughness surface, not like the flat surface. I will show you show the result after the cell culture. So in here, I can say again, the thin film has the nanostructure on its surface, can get a larger surface roughness on here. So now I think in Hasanuddin University, listener will have the interesting for cell topology with the cell on nanostructure thin film. In here, we do the so many experiments on here. The alumina is the pure alumina tablet. So you can see we do the so many cell culture MTT assay for AO 100 nanometer, AO 200 nanometer, flat PC, PC 100, 200. Flat PLA, PLA 100, 200, and the control group. You can see from 4 hours to day 4, you can see this is the PLA for 100 nanometer. We can get a optical maximum OD value on here. And we can comparison for the day 4 on here. For here, you can see when you use the nanostructure, they all can get a very good MTT value than the flat thin film. So the second time we also can get, if you want to do the cell culture, flat thin film is not good. The thin film with the nanostructure we are better to grow the cell culture. So you can see in the 4 hours to day 4, OD value also increase. The day 7, maybe we must change the median. Okay. So then you see the control group. This is the control group for glass. 4 hour, day 1, day 4, you can see the cell just group together. That is not good. The cell just group together, just adhesion on the surface for the thin film. This is alumina for 4 hours, day 1 and day 4, also not good. You can see for AAO, that meaning has the alumina has the nano hole on its surface. So you can see left side is 100 nanometer, right side is the 200 nanometer cell. Maybe we are explain and has some phylomodia and the growth. So this cell behavior is better than the pure alumina tablet. And this is AO for the nano hole is 100 nanometer. You can see the 4 hour, day 1, day 4. In the day 4, you can see this cell has spread and has some hand, or maybe we can say the foot and expand in here. So this meaning the cell can get a cell behavior on here. You can see I enlarge the image on here. You can see in here. You can see in here. So the cell foot, maybe we are extend and maybe we are spread on here. This is AO for 200 nanometer, 4 hours, day 1 and day 4. In day 4, the cell we also spread and extend on here. I also show you some image enlarged. You can see the cell has the spread on here. This is the flat PLA, the cell just group together. 4 hours, day 1, day 4. This is PLA with nano pillar. The diameter is 100 nanometer. You can see 4 hours, day 1 and day 4. In day 4, one cell is divided to cell. So you can see if you use the PLA with the diameter 100 nanometer, you can get a very well cell culture on here. This is PLA for diameter is 200 nanometer, 4 hours, day 1 and day 4. Also, we can get a very well cell spread for the good cell behavior on here. You can see this is the other things. And for flat PLC cell just group together. For PC with 100 nanometer, you can see the cell, the cell of phylometer will spread on here. This is a PC for 200 nanometer. Also, the cell has a spread on here. So I will make a conclusion of feature work on here. So I do so many research on this topic. Now I will make a conclusion. Maybe someone will confuse because I do so many research on here. I also use the experiment and use theory to comparison with result. This study enabled a high throughput and speculative fabric nano-pillar thin film PLA-PC with the Takuchi method by nano imprint using AAO tablet. The service of the multi-nano-pillar thin film, we use two types, PLA-PC, change from hydrophilic to hydrophobic. And the porous AAO 200 nanometer show better cell adhesion and the spreading than other service by SEM. This study demonstrates that the nanostructure can influence osteoblast cell behavior. The seamless difference of the cell adhesion and the proliferation depend on the shape and the contact surface area of the nanostructure. So I will talk about the other topic. If because Hasanuddin University, there are so many dentistry doctors. If you see the implant to the patient teeth, patient oral, why our implant, titanium implant, the surface must do the surface modification? Because if the smooth implant, titanium implant, they cannot get a very cell culture. Cell cannot adhesion on the implant and cannot department or divided. If your implant, titanium implant, made a surface roundness, maybe made a nano hole or nano pillar on the implant surface, you can see the implant can make a bone cell adhesion and the spread on its surface. That means can fix the bone, will fix the implant, and this implant can fix on the patient oral forever. Otherwise, maybe the 3 or 5 years. After 3 or 5 years, this implant maybe will have this, because of bending moment or the impact force, this implant maybe will sometimes will have some trouble. And finally, this implant maybe will drop out from the patient oral. I think in Taiwan, sorry, I don't know in Indonesia, in Taiwan, when the patient city the implant after 5 or 7 years, maybe sometimes the clinical trouble or clinical problem made the patient and the clinical doctor has so many no problem. So this research can sometimes provide you how to do the surface modification for the maybe the aluminum tablet, titanium tablet, or any tablet. So this is very important. And the future work, I have to control the interspace, because this research is just to make the diameter of each nanopillar. Maybe in the future, I will make a space for 2 pillars, maybe the biggest interspace or small interspace. And in the future, I also want to do the, because in this time, I just do the nanopillar. Nanopillar meaning is the current. Maybe we can do the other current shape, like as maybe the rectangle or the other things. So observation is very important in the future. And this research just to the cell culture. In our lab, we will begin the animal test, that means in vivo for bone tissue engineering. We will use the rat and the rabbit for this research. And maybe in some day we can do the optical device because made a nano structure on the transparent polymer thin film can change the optical properties on the future. And this is the reference for my research on this day. You can see there's so many papers on here, especially in number 9, Takuchi method from the Japanese people to develop this method. This method is as the static analysis, maybe for the engineering, maybe for the biomedicine. And I will thank my student. The left side is the following student. The right side is not student. Sylvia and the Tofi also come from the Indonesia. I will thank the funding from the so many equipment that as the Ministry of Science and Technology in Taiwan, MOST number from 107 to 109. I will also thank the Ministry of Education in Taiwan. Especially, I will thank the Taipei Medical University and its 3 hospitals. And I also the consultant from the Taiwan at the Md.Sc hospital. They also provided some money for my research. And I also acknowledge the international cooperation. I like to thank my partner for Imperial College in UK, University College London in UK, University of South Carolina in Columbia, USA, Tokyo Institute of Technology in Japan, National Institute of Material Science, LIMS in Japan. And finally, this is my my topic. And this picture is from the Elephant Mountain to take a picture from the 101 building, and this region is the Taipei Medical University. I will thanks everyone to listen my talk on here. Thank you very much. Thanks for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Yung-Kang, for your presentation with the title, The Nano-Topology Influence of the Nanostructure of Biomedical Thin Film on the Behavior of Osteoblast-like Cell. Is any question for Prof. Yung-Kang? Just please. I have a question from Dr. Sumidarti. She asked about the SEM examination. The thin film of PLA structure is different from the thickness of 100 nanometer and 200 nanometer. So why it's different in the structure under SEM examination between 100 nanometer and 200 nanometers? Please, Prof. Yung-Kang. I can't hear your voice, Prof. Yung-Kang. I can't hear your voice.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, thank you. Because I have the theory. I have a theory. Professor Yung is Professor Yung come from the South Korea in 2010. They published some research paper I have shown in my PPT. Because 100 nanometer and the 200 nanometer, because the same region, if you made a 100 nanometer and 200 nanometer has the different current, the current numbers is different. So 100 nanometer, because the diameter is smaller. So I must tell you, 100 nanometer can make the numbers larger than the 200 nanometer. So the 100 nanometer will make the larger contact area for the cell culture. So in here, very special, 100 nanometer current for cell culture is better than the 200 nanometer because the contact area. I use the Professor Yung in 2010, but that I just show the PPT, just show the contact angle. But they also say place I use my finger. I use this thumb. The thumb, this contact area is larger. This is contact area is smaller, but you must calculate the total contact area. For the 100 nanometer, the total contact area is larger than 200 nanometers. So because the cell must have some place to touch and the adhesion and the spreading. So the contact area larger can make the cell culture better. That's my word. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Yung-Kang. Is there any other question? If there is no question, actually, I myself have some questions, Dr. Prof. Yung-Kang, if you don't mind. I can't hear you. Your voice lost again.
Okay. Please ask. This time is very good.
Okay. Prof. Yung-Kang, just in my knowledge, because this is very a little bit tough for me to understand. What I know that to get the cell proliferated, we need growth factor. So in this case, we don't need growth factor to let the cells proliferate. Let's use the porous scaffold and the osteoblast-like cell, it's enough. Get the cell proliferation.
Yes. So in this research here, I have to not show the ALP because MTT assay just the quality result. If we want to get the quantity result, we must use the ALP. ALP result, we just do continue this research. Also in here, sorry, I have shown now the ALP, but you see in MTT, we can get a very quality result. And for the SEM image, we also get the same result. So I think no problem. And maybe sometime, maybe MTT and the SEM can show the good result. But if we do the ALP assay, maybe we can give you so many reference for maybe the cell proliferation. Okay, because MTT assay just show the cell adhesion and the spread. And cell divided or cell proliferation, maybe we must use the ALP assay. That's my answer.
Thank you. And for my second question is, I have read your published paper, and I noticed that the porous scaffold you use in your paper is PCL, polycaprolactone and graphene, as porous scaffold. So what's the difference between that PCL graphene scaffold with this anode aluminum oxide?
Okay. Because today research show the AAO, PLA with the nano hole, PLA, and the PC with the nano pillar. Today's results provide this. And for the other research, I use the PCL maybe plus graphene or PCL plus the graphene oxide to make a scaffold. But this is too different. Why? Because that the scaffold is a 3D. The scaffold is the 3D shape. Why is the 3D shape? The scaffold may be the cylinder shape, and the hole is inside the floor inside. But for the nano pillar or nano hole, just for the surface, So this is the two difference. Also, in my topic, this topic is the polymer thin film with the nanostructure. For the other research is a scaffold. Scaffold must have the 3D shape and can group the cell culture inside and outside. And this today research very like the surface multiplication, just surface multiplication. In the other research, not just the surface multiplication, just to make a scaffold. But because my published research for the scaffold is the 3D shape. The scaffold may be like as the organ or tissue, because our organ tissue is a 3D shape. But this today's topic just for the surface multiplication made so many difference. But PCL is also the biopolymer. Today's topic PLA, PC also the biopolymer, but to do the different situation to do the cell culture. One is we are modify the tissue or organ. That's your mini scaffold. Today's topic is do the surface modification for any material, like as the biomaterial. Pure biomaterial, if you do not do the surface modification, maybe do the cell culture, will get a worse result. If you do the surface modification for the polymer thin film or alumina or titanium, you can do the good cell culture on here. That's my answer. Thank you.
My third, let me see if there is no question, and I will proceed to another question.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
There are two questions in the chat room. The first from Novianti Makmur. Why the surface of nanopillar thin film, PLA-PC, can change from hydrophilic to hydrophobic?
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you, Maria. Because there are so many textbooks tell us if any material, if you use the flat property, flat surface, any material just occupy his original properties. But there are so many textbooks and so many research papers tell us if you change the surface for the thin film, that as mean a microstructure or nanostructure or micro-nanostructure, we will change the surface properties. That is very interesting. So sometimes you can change the hydrophilic to hydrophobic, change the hydrophobic to hydrophilic, just change the surface structure. That is the very, very interesting. For Orange, another research also tell us if the orange biomaterial is orange biomaterial, the flat thin film occupy the hydrophobic, maybe the nanostructure will change to the hydrophilic. But this time our research, the surface from the hydrophilic to hydrophobic for the nanostructure, because there are two equations. The first equation I have shown in the PPT, the name is the Kesa-Buster equation. If you have the interesting, you can see that equation. That equation will tell you, and for the theory, can tell you why the hydrophilic change to the hydrophobic or hydrophobic change to hydrophilic. This is come from the theory. The theory developed first, and now our researcher do the experiment to double check the theory. The theory is, I think, is kept for the 70 years. So that is very interesting. The theories, I think I have read so many research papers. The theory comes from the lotus effect. That's my answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, and the second question is, how about the porous size with the PLA scaffold? How much standard for the porous scaffold?
Oh, yeah. Your meaning is a scaffold or this topic? My published paper for scaffold?
Yes.
Okay, because in our lab, our experience, I have a special topic is by my side. I have talked to him so much. In my lab, our experience and the other research paper, if you to grow the bone cell for the scaffold, the pore size must be between 200 micrometer to 600 micrometer. Pore size must 200 to 600 micrometer for bone cell. But if you culture the nervous cell or muscle cell, you must have the different size of pore size. Why? Maybe this is the cell mechanics. I think this is difficult to me because maybe you must major in the cell mechanics. But I see so many research papers tell me because each cell, like bone cell, muscle cell, nervous cell, has its original behavior. You see the bone cell like as the round shape, nervous cell like as the long straight shape. So this is the original cell style. So each cell has its interesting or its habit size. So that's very interesting. So, and maybe some professor from the Stanford University tell me, if someone can make a golden rule to measure how much size can grow which cell, maybe this professor will win the Nobel Prize. That is very interesting. But I must say again, in my research for scaffold, the pore size to cell the bone cell must 200 micrometer to 600 micrometer. This is our lab experience and the result. Thank you.
Another question is, are there problems if the PLA is combined with other biomaterials?
Yes. In my lab, we use the PLA or PCL or PLGA, any polymer. We will combine HA. HA is ceramic. Beta TCP is ceramic. Or now I have the student combine the graphene. Why we combine here? Because our teeth or our bone is a composite material. Our bone or teeth combine two behavior. One is the bigger strength to defend the impact. The other is the maybe the larger toughness can defend the bending moment. So if you want to grow the bone cell, I think in my lab experience, you must do the composite material. So the composite material in my lab, our thinking is one is the polymer. Why polymer? Polymer has the flexible properties. The other use the ceramic or graphene because ceramic graphene has the bigger strength and can defend impact. So these two kinds combined together can this composite material can have the same time has the bigger strength and the bigger flexible for the this material. So this material will mimic the real bone on our lab. This is my answer. Thank you.
Okay, so Prof. Yung-Kang, has you tried your experiments in animal study?
Yes, we have do the animal study for so many years, about 10 years. Why sometimes I cannot show the animal study on here because in Taiwan, if I think also in Indonesia, if some professor will do the animal study, we must follow the FDA, so many the apply form and to judgment you apply. In my lab, we do the two kind of animals. The first is the rat, maybe mean the mouse. The second is the rabbit. But in this year, I must use the dog or mini pig for cell culture because I talk to so many doctors. They tell me, especially for bone doctor, if you use a mini pig, I think the result will be better than the other small animal. So in my lab, we also do the animal test. I can tell you more thing in this year. I'm so lucky. I have a cooperation doctor. We will do the IRB in this year. So if anyone has the interest, we can do the cooperation on here. So today I have shown you the animal test, but in the other research, you can to see my published paper. There are so many animal tests on my published paper. Thank you. This is my answer.
So it means that mini pig is better to represent, I mean, the real one.
Yeah. Implant or today research also in today research. If you use the mini pig, the result will better than the mice. There are so many research papers show that. But why anyone use the mice? Because mice price is cheaper. Mini pig is very expensive in Taiwan because you know the funding has the limit money. If you use the mini pig, maybe just do 2. If you use the mice, maybe you can do 200. So the number is very difficult for the mini pig because mini pig is very, very expensive. Also the dog. I think in Taiwan, the dog maybe in my funding, I just can buy 10 dogs. All the funding, I just can buy 2 dogs to do the animal test. If I use the same funding, I can buy the 10,000 or 20,000 rates for my my animal test. Maybe sometimes limited the budget, not just limited my idea. Thank you.
Okay, so regarding the osteoblast-like cell, you said that each cell has different cell mechanics. So the scaffold you use here is only applied for osteoblast-like cells?
Yes, because I belong to the College of Oral Medicine. You know, the oral properties is very like the bone properties. So the first thing in my lab, we do the osteoblast cell or the other bone cell. But I also have the research for the eye doctor. So eye doctor have the grow the other cell. That's no problem. Just because I serve as the College of Oral Medicine, School of Dental and Technology, my major job must do the bone cell. That's my major job. But no limit that major. If anyone has the other interest in to grow the other cell, in my lab, we can do any cell on here. But I have the major job for bone or teeth. Thank you.
But maybe like odontoblast-like cells for the hard tooth structure, maybe there's a chance to study this also.
yes, we can change that as the other bone cell, maybe the NIH3H, the other bone cell. Okay, no problem. Maybe I have the Indonesia student, maybe her name is Sylvia. We are growth the other bone cell, no problem. In TMU, we have a growth two type bone cell. The MD63 is very popular. We also have the other NIH3H bone cell. This is another type also. But I think in my experience, there are two type bone cell for the research here. I think this is very popular. The other bone cell may be very, very, very few. This is my answer.
Okay, my last question is about the application of your research. Do you have an optimist that it can be applied, just like you said, you talk about the implant. So this may be used to coat the titanium or what? I still can't get you.
Okay. Thank you, Maria. You know, I think I belong to the basic engineering. I'm not the doctors. I'm the clinic doctors. You are the clinic doctor. Your experience is better than me. But in my lab, we just not do the alumina. We also do the titanium, and the titanium 6 alumina for 4V, and especially in this year, we also major in the mechanism Mg. So Mg is also very popular lightweight metal in the whole world, but Mg has a big problem. Its strength is too weak. But Mg also can use as the implant. But maybe in Taiwan we use the Mg as the implant. Maybe just real time in the patient mouth, and maybe just to do the quickly use on the patient mouth. But finally, we also use the titanium on the patient mouth. But I think in my research, I can use the AL, TI, Mg, and especially in this year, I also use the LI, this material as the implant. So in my lab, we have the 4 type metal. Maybe we'll do the implant research. This is my answer.
Thank you very much for your very good presentation, Prof. Yung-Kang. So it's time to go back to the steering committee, Dr. Ernie Marlina. Make a conclusion of this presentation.
How can I download this screen? Please tell me.
Ernie, should I make a conclusion for this presentation?
Yes, Dr. Maria, it will be excellent if you give some conclusion for this talk.
Okay, so the nanostructure of biomedical film on the behavior of osteoblast-like cell. I think, according to presentation of Prof. Yung-Kang, this is just applied for the osteoblast-like cells because every cell has its own cell mechanic. So that's all, because it depends also on the. His research is dealing with the porosity of 100 to 200 nanometers, and as you can see, that it's about the 100 nanometer has a better contact area for the adhesion of the cell. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maria, Prof. Yung-Kang Shen, for a very interesting research of you. And we will accept the invitation, Prof, to learn more about this nanotechnology in your university sometimes when the pandemic eliminated from our country or from over the world. And ladies and gentlemen, we go to our next event, which is hand over the certificate as our gratitude to Prof. Yung-Kang Shen kindness to share his knowledge in research. Allow me to share the screen for your certificate, Prof. And Prof. Restu, if you still here with us.
Yes, I am here. I am here.
Professor.
Professor.
Professor is the vice.
Or
Oh.
Prof. Sumintarti?
Okay, I'm here. Thank you, everyone, to listen my research on here. I'm so happy to get this certificate head from the Hasanuddin University. Thank you.
Yes, this is our certificate for your gratitude, Prof. And thank you so much again for your kindness and for your time with us, and for a very short time to prepare all this presentation. We really appreciate it, Prof. And thank you also as well, Dr. Maria, for your company with Prof. Shen. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Prof. Yung-Kang, our Dean, apologizes because in the end of our event today, he still couldn't join us. He's really in an emergency situation with meeting with our governor. Again, thank you. And I close this symposium with saying Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Thanks God for the smooth running situation today. And I also wish you all best health, everybody, wherever you are. Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Yung-Kang. I have been in Taipei.
Thank you, Prof. Yung-Kang.
I have some word. I like to invite everyone join the TMU in the future. I want to the COVID-19 will end up in this year, and so in Indonesia and Taiwan we can change it. We can head up the exchange program between TMU and the Hasanuddin University.
Yes, but there are lots of typhoon there.
No, typhoon in the August and the September. The other months no problem. August, September do not go to Taiwan. The other months is okay.
Okay, Prof. We will go there, Prof. It's a big opportunity to go visit your university and have collaboration in research. We really interesting, and as a coordinator for international affairs, we will following up your invitation, Prof. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hasanuddin University. Thank you, Marina, Maria, and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Good afternoon, everybody. Stay healthy.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye, Prof.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. And I see you again for our next symposium lecturer.
Yes. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.